is up, Warframers? This is Jetto here, back again with another review. We're going to be going over Nidus. He is Nidus, the adaptive forge. Nidus is a deadly plague for which there is must control the strange disease. More information can be. So Nidus was released 2nd, 2016. Of the endlessly involving infestation, Nidus blends the vile corruption to his will, genetic potency to adapt and assimilate with an insatiable parasitic hunger. And his strain developed in update 19. So if you want to get Nidus, you're gonna need Nidus's main blueprint is acquired the Glassed Gambit quest. Nidus component blueprint acquired from rotation C of infested salvage. Yes. Iris. So that's Oestros Ares. So right here, Gordon notes that Nidus does not have any shields, so keep that in mind. Let's go over his codex.
There's a time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
So command the infestation to mutate and grow ever more destructive. So his abilities: Virulence, rupture the ground with a damaging fungal growth that steals energy from each enemy. Strikes. For every 5 enemies hit, sorry about that, the infestation mutates, multiplying its destructive force. And then we have spawn an infested that erupts with latches on enemies and pulls them in. Up next, parasitic link. Bind to a target with a parasitic link. For allies, both the hosts deal increased damage. The damage inflicted on Nidus. Ravenous. Gluttonous maggots swarm nearby enemies, feasting until they are hit with virulence and burst with devastation. The maggots benefit from mutation and each enemy to the mutation stack. In his ability, if Nidus is killed with at least 15 stacks of mutation, those 15 stacks are consumed. This grants 5 seconds of invulnerability and restores health to 50%. So yeah, his passive is extremely useful, as you can see. Makes him pretty much invulnerable, just like the description says. His armor is at 300, energy 100, health 150, and he has 0 shield. And his sprint speed is at 1. So once you rank it out, it's at 100 with energy, and with armor he starts at 300, but once you reach rank 30 he gets it to 450. His shield, of course, and his health maxes out at 450 once you reach rank 30. So this is one of my favorite warframes to play at. He's really fun to use, helpful, and again, really almost invincible. So there's a couple of notes that you should know about. Since he does not have any shields, any hijack objective will drain his health instead in order to move. He also cannot receive overshields. He can, however, gain shields from allied shield ospreys and Orokin drones. And you have to remember his stacking ability, which I'm going to go over in just a bit. So alternatively, max energy increased spawns like flow are less useful due to his 3rd and 4th abilities using mutation stacks instead of energy. Nidus has the unique passive ability to infect other players, both in combat and in a clan dojo, with the Helminth virus. Acquired from the infested room on board the Arbiter. Nidus is the only Warframe that can be used to open the infested room without having a fully matured cyst. So that's, again, here at Warframe Wiki. Head on over there if you want to read more information. So the I'm not going to go over that. I'll go over his abilities real quick. That's when I was using this. Does, like it says here, ruptures the ground, damages with fungal growth, and steals from the enemy. This one's good when you have like a swarm of enemies heading your way, either in a direct line. It's when it's most useful, because when it hits the ground, the virulence, the fungal growth just travels straight in a line. So if you see enemies coming your way, use virulence on them. Usually deal a lot of damage, or it will kill them depending on what rank you're in and the rank of the enemies too, of course. And the larva, this was really good for, you know, using it on your enemies when you're being surrounded and you want to take cover. Use the larva, latches onto them, and then you can either deal damage to your enemies with the melee weapon, or use your primary weapon, whatever is the most powerful one that you have at the moment. So next up we have Parasitic Link. This one's also really useful when you're fighting, you know, the swarms of enemies. Get your bind the target. So for allies, both the host and Nidus deal increased damage. Linked enemies take the damage inflicted on Nidus. So this one can really save you if you're low on health. So you have to remember that Nidus does not have a shield. So definitely the health comes in, one of the things that you should focus on. So Parasitic Link is very useful. Be showing you guys that in the gameplay for a better explanation. And then Ravenous. This one's also, you need to get the mutation stacks. So in order to get mutation stacks, the best way is just keep on attacking your enemies with Virulence. That will stack it up till you get up to 4, I believe. Yeah, around like 4 in order to get Ravenous ability active. So again, use Virulence to stack those mutations up. That's what I always use. I get it up there in no time. It's extremely helpful. Now the weapons that I use with Nidus that, you know, that I like, of course, you can choose whatever you wish. Right now I'm using the Mutalist Quanta, which basically is also, it's a bizarre union of corpus technology and an infested biology. This automatic rifle can also deploy an irradiated airborne infested mass. Further field testing is required to fully understand the potential of this weapon. Now, I chose this weapon, you know, because it kind of suits Nidus, because of the whole infestation thing. That's the reason I choose this weapon. You're free to use whatever you like. The other one that I use is this Stug, which fires a sticky toxic explosive compound. The Stug gel gun offers multiple ejection modes, delivering maximum damage in all situations. So this does corrosive damage. It's the reason why I chose it. It goes well with that bio-infested type of stuff. The melee weapon that I use for Nidus is the Mire. A relic from the Great Plague, the Mire-infested sword is a brutal weapon. It not only cuts into the enemy, it infects the wounds of its victim with a toxic nerve poison. Deals toxin damage on ground slam attacks. So as you can see, that's why I chose that weapon with Nidus. Goes very well with him. Looks awesome. So let's see these weapons in action, as well as Nidus and his abilities. Alright, so we're going to be going over his abilities now in gameplay. First up, Virulence ability. See, it goes in a straight line. In order to use the Ravenous ability, we're going to have to get the mutation stacks, like I said earlier. There's the Larva ability. Just latches onto them, holds them nice in place, prevents them from attacking you. Here's the Stug. Goes very well with Nidus, as you can see. Of course, we have the Mire over here. Mire's the melee weapon. Love using this weapon as well. We got a tougher infestation enemy. Infested, I should say. Just slice them into pieces. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the Parasitic Link ability.
Choose to leave now or continue fighting. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for
Just need that one and the Ravenous. Alright, we need one more mutation stack for Ravenous. Alright, so that's Parasitic Link. You can see over there, takes all the damage for me instead of me. Extremely useful in my opinion. That's Parasitic Link. Let's stack up our Virulence once more. You gotta stack it to at least 4 in order to use the final ability, so always keep that in mind. Okay, so we're at 3 now. Like a little countdown going on. Those fire throwing enemies. Lava type of attack that they use. Oh, actually we can use it at 3, never mind. I thought it was at 4. Okay, so here's the... That's the Ravenous ability. And it spawns little maggots at them, as you can see right there. That's one maggot. Ah, you son of a bitch. That's one little maggot chasing after that Mutali's Moa enemy. Kinda hard to see with this damn flame around. Here, there they are. Those are the larvae, the little maggots that help you out. They follow the enemies and attack them. Distract them as well. Very useful. Alright, so that's pretty much all the abilities for Nidus. Remember, his passive gives you 50% invulnerability, basically. You take no damage. Extremely useful passive ability. Hope you guys enjoyed this little review. Gonna be reviewing more of the Warframe, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Final look at the Parasitic Link. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there and have fun.